Okay, time for another painting video. This time it's Marvel Crisis Protocol, and at last we're getting Kingpin painted up for this one. What a great miniature, and what a great villain. Criminal Syndicate affiliation, obviously the leader for that, which seems like a really strong affiliation. So really looking forward to getting that on the table. So we're going to start with Apothecary White. If you look at most of his shirt and not shirt, well, the collar of his shirt, but his suit is going to be on this white. So we're going to be using a fair amount of this white. Again, don't worry about how dark it looks when you first put it on. It will become lighter as it dries. And it's because you're comparing it to the, in this case, Wraith Bone that I've used to prime Kingpin. Don't mind going over the buttons in this particular case. On the shirt, I suppose, it's going to be done with Magos purple. So I'll try and do a section of the suit at a time, so not to get that overlap that I've talked so much before about with the contrast paints. Actually, this is all white. The collar is anyway. That's fine. I've got napkin, handkerchief, sorry. That's pocket. And just ensuring to go through the whole model. Before it dries. I'm realising there's quite a bit of camera shake, I think, on this. I hope it should be fine. I was going to say, I hope that the because it's looking a bit more grey than normal, and I think it might be because I'm coming towards the end of this pot, and that could be a part. I mean, the pigment's going to be stronger at the bottom of the pot compared to when you first start. And actually, I had an issue with Basilicum Grey where it was awful. The effect it gave, it really ruined some of the miniatures I was painting at the time. This looks fine. Looks like it's mostly, how much is left? Still a decent amount. So, you know, having this white suit really does help and lend towards just painting these swaths of contrast paint. There's a lot of detail involved with the creases of the suit, which really does help as well. Just make sure I get all of that. Now let's go to the legs. Continuing with the white. I'm a stickler for the classic looks that are on the cards, so I'm literally using the card art there as reference for all the colouring. I mean, Daredevil and Fisk is a great storyline, but I know Kingpin from his Spider-Man days, and he's such a good boss. It's really powerful, strong, but really evil character. Using money and power to get to sort his means and to get what he wants, effectively. Okay, so it looks really quite grey, and that's because it's comparing against this, and it will dry brighter. You'll see from the top what I mean about that. Oh, nearly. Oops. Hang on a second. I just realised a water pot would help. Let's put his card away, just in case I don't want to spill paint on it. And I just realised I've got this other collar just to do very quickly. Perfect. Okay, so that was Apothecary White. So now we'll move on to Guilliman Flesh for his skin. I'll be doing everything but the base in this video. I mean, AMG are knocking it out of the park with these miniatures. I wish they were a little bit cheaper. Because it is expensive. It's not a cheap game. I mean, yeah, of course, like if you compare it to Warhammer, it's very comparable, so if not cheaper. So there is that, but just comparing it to other board games, and that's probably the issue of what I'm thinking about. Excellent. The detail on these figures. Which the contrast paints will just really nicely pick out. And again, I'll have to decide if I'm going to mix in some traditional paints in with this, but hopefully not. Hopefully this will give enough of a satisfactory result that he'll look good on the table. Using my size 0 brush now. Or I just painted over the, it doesn't matter if I did. I think I might paint over the gem of his, the diamond of his cane there. But it's something that we can just head back over with some white anyway, so it's not the end of the world if we have. There we go. So there's the skin tone. So it's Guilliman flesh. Now I'm going to hit in the shirt with straight Magos purple. I think I'm going to go smaller still again, just on this particular one, just because I don't want to get over the white of the suit. This might be a bit of a small, it's only because I've lost the point of my main brush, and I am, even though to be honest, it doesn't matter if I get over the tie. Tie's not the issue because that's going to be a kind of purpley colour anyway, so. Okay, so there's the shirt, the kind of pinky purple shirt. Oh, and the cuffs will be the same colour as well. Cufflinks, we can get in there with some metal for the cufflinks, of course. So again, just using this really small, it's the Psycho by Army Painter, just because I don't want to get over the suit. On the other side. Okay, awesome. Right, so there's like a gem on his tie. Oops. The pocket's not great. What's his? That's more the darker purple. Yeah. So let's go with the darker purple. So I'm going to need the use my palette for this, and we're going to mix up some of that Magos purple with the Shyish purple next. Try and get a bit of a dark purple for the tie and the handkerchief. That should do it. Just a lot of paint. Right, I'm going to get the smaller brush again. What was that? Oh, I think the cup just fell off. Never mind. I'll get that back. Is that dark enough? Doesn't look much different, does it? I'm going to add a little bit more darker purple. better. Okay. Perfect. Now, what are these buttons? Buttons are kind of big whiteys again. I might put a bit of gold in. Yes, let's have the buttons gold. I think we'll do the buttons gold, just make a little bit of a difference. The cane can have some kind of metal, maybe gold again there, and then brown. Gem. It's like a blue, amethyst blue. So I think I might go in with a, yeah, same as the gem on his staff there, which I need to retouch up. Right, let's do that now. I'm not happy with that. So getting the Wraithbone base, which is used to correct mistakes effectively. Just a little bit of that on there with a small brush. And we're just going to go into the middle here. Perfect. Oh, I've done the opposite there. I've missed off a bit of the skin tone near his finger, which is a bit of a problem. This is something you want to try and avoid, but just there is pure white. So I'm just going to literally that. That's good. I want that final finger as well. The little finger, this ring here. Okay. So next we're going to move on to the the shoes. Got staff and the shoes to do. Might be a bit heavy, perhaps. But honestly, once you've got it on the board, it'll look proper white. It is because we're comparing it to the white of this, which I think is always the issue. Right, okay. Black Templar. Got to find that. Must find the bottle that I put down there for the shoes now. The sign's going to be, I'm going to do it brass sign. So again, if we get the black over that, it doesn't matter. Leadbelcher's going over that. I don't want to get over the road though. Okay, other shoe. This one I need to be a bit more careful with. I'm going to use the grey as normal, the Basilicanum grey for the stonework. What's that? What's that? A flash or something? There we go. So he's got his boots now. And you can see that he's starting to come along. Really nice. Remember, this is tabletop standard. This is not competition standard at all. I have done, I did Hela was the one I spent the most time on. And that was quite different, with a lot of blending and stuff like that. Okay. Next we move to Wildwood for the staff. Great brown Wildwood, especially for any kind of wood. Nice dark brown, slightly on the reddish tinge. Okay. And we've got some metal work to do, as well as some of the amethyst and things like that. So I'm going to go in with some Gryph charge. No, I've got no art for the other bits. So I'm thinking the little finger ring was going to be a metal. It looks like a band. This is certainly a gem of some sort. We've got gem over on this side as well. So I think I'm going to go in with, I'm going to make it slightly a bit more pronounced than just the Gryph Charger grey, because even though it's a bluey grey, it's a nice bluey grey, I want it as tide to stand out a little bit. So we're going to use a bit of the Gryph Charger grey with a tiny bit of very bright Talisar blue. And this is a smidgen of Talisar blue, just to give it that blue tinge. I mean, if it's a bit bright, it doesn't really matter. It's not one not to stand out, is he? Or Kingpin. That's nice. There we go, and there's a little gem. I think I'll do a mix of those for this. Awesome. But then let's go for reddish colour, I think. Let's go deep ruby. Let's make it stand out. Not the whole ring, obviously. I want it to be a bit of metal as well. In fact, I can, if I do the whole ring, I can just do with the metal afterwards. Okay. And he's already, as you see, starting to really come along. Very, very simple. Let's get some metalwork done. So, Leadbelcher, as always. There's some major dry paint on this Leadbelcher. Sorry, hang on. Just getting rid of this dry paint in a minute. You see, we got it caked on there, which won't be helping the lid close at all. That's better. Okay. A little bit of water, because now we're going away from contrast paints, we're going to the traditional paints. I want to make sure they're thin so they flow. We're going with the cane first. Oh, that's okay. I've just gone over the lower part of that, that's fine. And I think we're just going to do metal, do these as gold. You might, if you're not seen some of my other videos, you might be thinking, why am I painting this Leadbelcher if I want to go with gold and not Retribution Armour? Because Retribution Armour gives a bit too bright a gold. Whereas using this with Iyanden yellow gives really nice gold. What we call a realistic gold. Next I'm going to go to my small brushes to do the tops of the buttons. So I want those to really be shining through. Great. So it's the metal work done. Then using the small brush again, just going to go back to that Gryph Charger Grey, just to do the Kane's gem that can be seen through his hand. We will be using some Ardcoat to give it some gloss. But that should be light enough to give the idea of that. Okay, next I'm going to go to the head with my black Templar to do the eyebrows. Whoa. Just have a look at the art a minute. It's got pretty thick eyebrows. Yeah, they're mostly, again, the sculpts on these are so good that Perfect. Lovely. Got to give them some character at the end of the day. Right, that metal should have now dried, so we're going to go in with some Iyanden yellow. No, it took time to do the tops, so make sure we catch the tops of the bottom as well. We'll do the staff. Got yes, he's blinging. I don't actually. Actually, this yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think you could probably see a little bit of the gem. Awesome. That's the metalwork done. Oh, apart from his gold ring, I completely forgot about his gold ring. So let's go back and make sure we do that, as well as doing the metal around the outside of the other signet ring. So I think that has dried. Yeah. Right, I think it's a little bit more tricky. Oop. And obviously it won't just be freestanding, so let's give it a band as well around said finger. There you go. Perfect. Make sure you clean your brushes. To be completely honest, I'm not amazing at it. I need to look after my brushes a lot better. And to be honest, it does not take long for the silver to, the Leadbelcher to dry. So you can pretty much go straight on. I think I'm not gonna go gold that one. So for the normal silver look, we're going with Basilicanum Grey, which looks great as just a normal silver colour. There we go. Now just the eyes, and then the Kingpin is done. Quick and easy, 36 minutes so far. Yes, I haven't done the base, but quite simply, I'm going to do this as bronze, I think. I've lost the bottle off here, so that needs to be found. It's on the floor somewhere. And then it's Basilican and Grey around the whole base. I'll be sure to post up some pictures anyway. So let's move on to the eyes next. So for the eyes, I'm going to get some more Wraithbane back. It's an off-white, so it's not just like a pure white colour. It's slightly ivory. Right, I need to get my eyes in here. Pretty happy with that. It's kind of like, yep, that's fine. And as you would have seen with this, you know, one coat's on everything. We don't need to do any more than just one coat. Beauty and the speed of contrast paints. Right, Basilican and Black, Basilican and Black Templar, even as. I'm going to try and do a little bit of pupil work, a little bit of eye work. Nice. How's that look? It's looking off to the right. Did I get the other eye? No, I don't think I did. Let's try that again. It's quite hard to see without a magnifying glass. That's perfect. I think that gives the illusion of the eye. I did honestly put some paint on there somewhere. And eyes are one of those things that you just, if you've done it, you're happy, stick with it. Now, I actually really like that one. So he's looking off to the side, which kind of makes sense. And that is Kingpin complete. In a little less than 40 minutes. Yes, I do need to do the base. Now the Apothecary White. Now, obviously, what you could do, a little bit of a further improvement on this, and I might do that at a later date, is go in with some Wraithbane White and start layering and highlighting all the suit. The more time you spend on the miniature, the better it's going to be. That's without a shadow of a doubt. But when he's on the board, he's going to look great. Just moving around and controlling the objectives is what the big man does. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you enjoyed it, and it may have given you some ideas of what you can do using contrast paints. Very quick and easy. Now I haven't, oh actually no, before you move, I'm just going to show a bit of Ardcoat actually. So we're going to go in to this gem here with some, with this gem here. Now this is a gloss varnish effectively. Oops. but it gives a really good effect. If you're doing like any kind of shine, you want any shine, slime or whatever it might be, this is fantastic stuff. Now you could do this for eyes, mouths, stuff like that. Anything will work with this Ardcoat. It's great for stuff like that. Okay, and quite hard to see, but you might see a slight bit of gloss shine as we look at. There we go. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we have got some more MCP to paint. We've got quite a bit of stuff to do. I did Magneto, and then assembled Magneto the other day. Not 100% sure about this spray can I was using. And then his bits of debris that he places around, destroys to give power. And look at this for a miniature. This is Toad. Yeah, ignore the kind of mottled effect that the spray's done. But such a dynamic pose. I did accidentally chop off one of his wrist things, which is a bit of a problem, but so cool, so dynamic. Love that miniature. So yeah, I got those to paint up, and then obviously a lot of Solomon Kane at the moment as well, which I'm making my way through. Okay, so until next time, keep painting.